Virgo, how's everybody doing? So when I was meditating on the energy, I was hearing bits and pieces of conversations. I was hearing, we could do that, or we can do this. And then I was hearing, what kind of cat is that? And then I heard a lynx. So this is what we're starting off with. Maybe for some of you, you're planning something out. You could be planning to hang out with someone. For some of you also, you could be making birthday plans. Show of hands for all my August Virgos out there. I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm getting something about Virgo rising and about Virgo Venus also. So it looks like something that you wanted finally comes to fruition. I was seeing some sort of wish fulfillment. So this is like something that you had been like dreaming of and hoping for, something that you had been working towards. And I'm seeing it gives you like a lot of emotional satisfaction. And I'm also seeing something about like, you could be getting like noticed for something that you're doing, or like whatever wish fulfillment this is, like it has to do with like you being somehow like the center of attention in some sort of way. That may be like a byproduct of whatever this is for you. But I'm seeing like all eyes are on you and it looks like you're succeeding with something that you were doing, or there's like some sort of occasion where like people are viewing you, because I was seeing the Six of Wands coming out, and that can mean like it's kind of a showstopper type of energy. It's like maybe people are very focused on you for some reason with something that you're doing, but it's like because of something that you wanted that comes to fruition. But yeah, that may involve you being like in the public eye, or like even just with people around you, people are like noticing you for something or paying attention. And I'm like even thinking about like a birthday or something, it's like you're just the center of attention for something, but it can be even like a sort of celebration or something like that too. All right, let's get into it, friends. Ooh, the King of Wands. For some of you, you're dealing with a fire sign. You are a fire sign. And the Two of Cups. You connecting with someone. I'm hearing someone that you love. This is somebody that there is a mutual attraction between the two of you. To have the King of Wands, it's a very fiery type of energy. This can mean like, although it can be romantic, it doesn't have to be. It can be like being around people that you feel like are really on the same wave as you, or being around somebody that just gets you, feeling like that. It looks like you've been having to take action. Ooh, I'm seeing something be expected of you. That looked like a slip and slide the way that the card came out. There's something expected of you where like you have to take action, because I'm seeing you come out in fire energy with the King of Wands. It's like you got to get things done. Things have been very challenging for you, but these are all things that you can work through. But you may have had to be more assertive. It looks like there are even a lot of tasks that you're completing, or it's like you hit obstacle after obstacle, but it's like something that you're working through. I'm even seeing like some sort of agility course that you're going through, which you are completely capable of doing, but it's something that like you really had to step up and be the King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody that's coming through, executing ideas, getting things done, taking action. I'm hearing making calls. It was like something that you had to do where like you had to be in charge. I'm hearing head honcho now. So I'm seeing this be like maybe a little bit challenging. Like this is also a notion where you're not really relying on anybody else to help you within reason, because there could be other people that like have become some sort of obstacle to you in some sort of way. I'm seeing like a particular energy that you're dealing with that maybe you wish that you had support from this person, and there is a lack of support that you're feeling with the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands. It's like, I'm hearing challenging customer. This would just be somebody more difficult to deal with. And it's hard too, because it's like, you're getting all of this stuff done, and you may have been like looking for like some sort of like understanding or compassion or support from this person, and it's like that was non-existent. I'm seeing somebody, this person is like very focused on, I'm hearing their 2 cents. So maybe like focused on their own opinion, but it even seems like I'm hearing scrambling with their energy. do you see how the Five of Swords, it's like this person is just like looking down at these two little things that they're dealing with, and it's like I'm seeing you have some sort of like blowout. There's like, and I'm seeing this be a good thing. It's like you have something like big that you're doing, and this person has like something little going on within their life, but it's like all that they can focus on. And it's like you're over here like throwing a whole party or doing whatever it is that you're doing, or like taking action at work and getting all of this stuff done. Like I'm just seeing you be very much in charge, and it's like this person is like somehow coming through, like entering your energetic field, and I'm almost seeing it be like you running like a whole clubhouse of people, and it's like something happens with them that's very tiny, and like in comparison to what you have going on, you're like running a whole show, and this person has like a very small bump in the road that happens, but it's like all they can focus on, all they can concentrate on. And it's very like a closed off, like self-centered type of energy where you're like, I'm already taking care of all of these things, I don't have time to take care of you too. This is what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing it also be disappointing, whatever it is that happened with this person. But yeah, it's like you had to make all of these orders, and you had to like run to the store, and then you had to call this person, and then you had to cancel that appointment I'm hearing, and like there's all this stuff that you're getting done, and then like this person had to like run to the store for one item, and it's like they're making the biggest deal out of this. I'm just seeing it be like that. It's like this is all that they can do, which I mean, I think like there's some sort of acceptance that is needed here, because for whatever reason, where this person is right now in their life, this is like their capacity of what they're able to do for you. And it just looks like you are taking on a lot, you have a lot of responsibility, and maybe like if you are comparing it to what's going on with this person, you would see like the deficit that's there. But this is also about like meeting people where they are and understanding that like this person is doing the best that they can with what they have right now. And that also doesn't mean that we need to particularly rely on them, because maybe this was something that you were trying to rely on, but I'm just getting something about someone being like unreliable. But you may have off the bat, especially to see you in the King of Wands energy, this means that you may have like angered quickly about something or gotten annoyed about something, or it's like you have a short like your patience may have been running thin a bit with this person. I'm hearing they're sorry. I'm not saying that's an excuse, I'm just letting you know what I'm hearing. But yeah, you may have had like less patience for whatever was going on with this person. It just seems like to you they may seem very distracted, but to them they're like very pinpoint focused on something, but it's something very small, and like I'm seeing them like not really pay attention to you, which may actually bother you too. And it's like maybe you didn't feel like they were receptive. This person in your life is some type of karmic test. I am seeing like I'm seeing a karmic relationship between you and this person. Like I'm seeing somebody challenging for you to work with. I'm hearing fallen angel. Interesting, Virgo. This person may have something going on with them. Like I'm even seeing like with the Five of Swords, instead of the wings being intact, you see how there are these two wings that have fallen? Like there may be like something maybe not all there with them. Like this can even be something spiritually going on with them. I'm just also seeing them like not look as... This person is not as capable as you when it comes to the things that you're doing. So that's also to be like needs to be taken into consideration too. Like I'm seeing you guys have very different energies. I'm hearing that their energy is more fluffy. What that means, I don't know, but this is what I'm getting. Yeah, you may be unsure as to how to write this situation with this person. Because this may be somebody that, like, you try to work with in different ways and, like, it just does, it's very difficult. Like, I'm seeing you even, like, have mixed feelings about, like, how to make a situation right, or, like, how to find justice within, like, your connection with this person. But yeah, there's something that, like, really throws you off with this person's energy I'm getting. I don't know, like, what it is exactly, but it's almost like it's this person flusters you in some type of way. What makes most sense, like, to me intuitively as to why you would feel so flustered with this person is that you may have expectations that are different than how they are showing up. And they're doing whatever they're doing, and that may be mismatched with what you're expecting from them. But for some reason, too, it seems almost like you have not set boundaries with this person, or, like, there's a lack of, like, an ability to set boundaries with this person, and so you can't even be like, yeah, you really crossed the line here, or, like, you were dead wrong in this situation. It's something that it's like it's harder to, like, find justice or, like, the balance within your connection with this person for some reason. This even reminds me of somebody, like, it reminds me even of, like, a parent and a child, and it's like that person, like, the child doesn't have the capacity, like, their brain doesn't work in the same ways that yours does, and so, like, you can't really blame them, but, like, sometimes they know better, like, you think that they know better, like, it feels like one of those situations, but that may, like, relate to you in, like, some different sort of way, but I'm seeing, like, that's why it's confusing or more difficult, like, there's just something, like, even mismatched here between you and this person that's going on. You could have also been feeling a bit defensive. I'm also hearing the word furious. Like, you could have, like, thrown a little bit of a tantrum for a moment, but, like, I'm not saying you acted out in any sort of way, but you just could have really felt something intensely. But I'm seeing you even look into this. It's like, why did I react in that way? Or, like, why was I feeling that way? And it has something to do with, like, you, like, I'm even seeing, like, some sort of tug of war internally that's going on for you, but it's like a frustrating situation. But I'm seeing you actually look at it and be like, I'm being tested right now. Like, it's one of those moments where it's like, I need to adjust properly to this situation. I'm seeing you be on point. Like, this could have thrown you off for a moment, whatever was going on with this person, but I'm seeing you, like, really look into it. So I'm just, like, I'm seeing you be on it, whatever this is that's going on for you. And, like, in the past, too, this could have been something that, like, you would have flipped out about. I'm hearing and made excuses, like, whatever that means to you. But for this, I'm seeing it be a moment where it's, like, you recognize that you're being tested or challenged, or that, like, you're facing some sort of challenge. It's even like you can observe something differently about this situation that maybe you hadn't observed before. Like, maybe your perspective is shifting when you, like, have these sort of situations pop up for you. It sounds and seems and feels like you're in, like, even a more seasoned energy. Like, this may have been, like, a type of situation that could have happened more frequently in the past, and, like, maybe you would have reacted differently than you react now. But I'm seeing you, like, really are patient with something. I'm seeing you, like, look into it. I'm seeing you analyze it. I'm seeing you reflect about this thing that's going on, this situation with this person. There's, like, I'm hearing some sort of change. There's, like, some sort of change with you. Then, as I said before about having both the King of Wands here and, like, this also being a Virgo reading, like, you may have some strong fire placements that also, like, build up in a way where it's like in the past you could have reacted before, or just like walked away and like felt a type of way about something, and like whatever it was, where like you used to process differently than you're processing now. And I'm seeing like more thought and more compassion, and like just a more general even sense of understanding here. Like before, it could have been more so like this is something that would have really like puffed up your ego, and now I'm seeing it be something that like that's not what happens in these situations now. Even if immediately your reaction is to feel like frustrated or salty or like angry or whatever it is that you're experiencing, I'm seeing like you may not like take action based off of that. I'm seeing you like sit with that instead of doing something about it. So it's like you let it come, you let it go. Like I'm just seeing something very healthy when it comes to how you're processing your emotions. Like I'm seeing a lot of evolving on your end. Wow. This is the Six of Wands. This is a big challenge for you, and I'm seeing you like come out of this situation feeling successful about the way that you handled things. This is like an unfortunate situation turning into a fortunate situation based off of the way that you respond to this. Like responding rather than reacting. I'm even feeling like so much more calm now. It's like something like just settles down and gets very, very grounded. And then it's like you know what to say, like you feel more balanced emotionally. I'm hearing you know what to do with this. I'm seeing somebody on a huge swing here. I'm also hearing rocking chair. It's like the Justice card. You may have done something that just helped you feel like, I don't know, like you could like release this, or just, you could have done something maybe that like helped you process, or like gone outside even. It's like there was something that you did that helped you manage what was going on. So it's like you can get back into enjoying things now. Yeah, I'm seeing a big sense of overall healing. I'm even seeing a perplexing situation emotionally that's being worked through currently. Like this could have been something that you were hung up on for quite some time. Healing from like something painful and emotionally confusing. But like whatever all of this is, I'm seeing that like through healing all of this is being resolved. This could have been like something like really painful within your life. Like for some of you this is even for some of you it's with a parent even. I'm looking at it can like be with a child too, or like somebody close within your life. For some of you this could have even been a situation that was happening at work. I'm looking at Libra, Aquarius, and you, Virgo. You can also be dealing with another Virgo, but yeah. Who was that? It looks like you're working through some subconscious stuff. I'm hearing subconscious memories even. This can be like something latent, maybe. I'm hearing discovery. Here we go. Oh, look at you, Queen of Cups. I'm seeing you like really be in your feelings. Really like vibing out. I'm getting some Pisces energy here. I'm seeing like more fire as well. I think this is about like getting more comfortable with your feelings and what that means when you're experiencing those feelings, and like what type of message and like takeaway you want to have like based off of this experience that you're having. Because before you could have been in a place where it's like, oh, if I'm feeling this, then that means I definitely have to do that, or I have to, like, behave in this way or whatever. And it seems like your perspective is shifting. Like, even your relationship to your emotional experience is, like, going through some sort of transition right now. And the Queen of Cups is, like, the most lovely energy. This is somebody that is, like, you cry when you want to cry, you have your feelings. It's somebody very creative, somebody very, like, nurturing to themselves and those around them, somebody in touch with nature. It's somebody, like, comforting that, like, other people can go to when they need, like, solid advice, especially, like, on the emotional front. Somebody very artistic too, especially with the Hanged Man here. Neptune is very gifted, like, spiritually and artistically, and with poetry and stuff. So it's like, because of this aspect of yourself that you are embracing, I'm hearing something about reading too right now. I'm hearing novels. This can be writing novels too, or, like, writing poetry. Just, like, anything artistically related, like, Neptune is all about, and, like, perfume and things that smell nice and incense and, like, all of that stuff. I'm even getting something about liquid. I'm hearing dropper. What is this? Neptune does rule liquids. What would it be? Essential oils. Yes, this is what I'm getting. So, it looks like you're just, like, more patient, more calm, more gentle. More understanding, more compassionate. What a combo. I'm looking at the Devil and also the High Priestess. Yeah, you could have been struggling with some stuff. Definitely looks like some sort of addiction. To have the Hanged Man, Neptune energy, when we have a lot of Neptune in our charts, or, like, we're dealing with a difficult Neptune placement within our charts, Neptune in its lower frequency, or in its shadow, like the more subconscious energy, it can be somebody that gravitates towards, like, any sort of escapism, which can include, like, drugs or spirituality, or, like, whatever it is that helps you kind of, like, dissociate in some type of way to, like, deal. And to have the Devil here too, this can talk about, like, any sort of intoxicant, any sort of drugs, or, like, it can be sexual stuff too. It can be, like, any sort of addiction, really. But with Neptune, it would be, like, using these things to escape, but maybe because of how, like, sensitive you were to different energies and having a hard time balancing and managing that, especially, like, I'm seeing you be extremely, extremely sensitive emotionally. Like, you could have used these things, but it would have also been something that blocked your intuition. So you could have, like, made assumptions about people or been projecting onto them and not realizing that. But it looks like something that you may have struggled with in the past. This is what I'm seeing. I'm even getting something about smoking here. But it was something that, like, you could have been using this as a coping strategy, but it was something that had, like, an adverse effect. Like, I'm seeing something that even gave you nightmares, or, like, had you feeling very paranoid. I'm even hearing upset. Like, this is something that you could have had, like, a bit of, like, mania or psychosis or something. You see this person, it's like they're outside, like, walking on top of the roof, like, doing some crazy stuff. So yeah, it's something that, like, maybe had disconnected you from like, your intuition, and it's like now you're in a place where maybe you're seeing the gift of your intuition and being as sensitive as you are. So it's like you see that as a gift now rather than a detriment to you. And I'm seeing this shift be very important because it's changed the ways that like, you respond within certain situations, because you also have changed with the way that, like, you treat yourself and respond to yourself and your experience personally. For some of you, I'm even seeing something about drinking here. Something about drinking. I'm hearing sexual conduct as well. But yeah, this was something that had to stop. I'm seeing, like, you had to set boundaries with yourself to not be, like, introducing things into your system that were, like, creating an imbalance or, like, blowing out your chakra system. But this is something that would have been very hard because, like, whatever this was that you had been involved with, or whatever these things were, they would have had an addictive, like, quality component to them. And so it would have been like fighting off the most difficult things to fight off. Like, this would have taken like the utmost strength within you to be able to like battle, so to speak, these things. But it's like you feel better about yourself and like more confident because like you also know how to create and set boundaries and follow through with them, like for you with yourself is what I'm seeing. Like, I'm seeing you like move into a whole new light. You also may have, like, when you were in a more like, when you were in the Queen of Cups energy before it had been like reformed and like corrected and created like healthy boundaries before that, you could have like also allowed people to, you could have like given away your power and really felt like you wanted to like people please, or like not stand, like, I'm hearing on your own 2 feet. So it's like you could have committed to things and then felt resentful towards people because you didn't set boundaries, or like you could have had people do things that like you actually weren't comfortable with. It's like all that stuff. Or like said yes to certain things and then like freaked out later on because you actually weren't okay with it, or like didn't speak up when you wanted to speak up. It's all stuff like that. It's like I'm hearing underactive Mars. It seems like related to like your water, like how you were handling stuff going on emotionally for you. But it's like now you have this new beginning, being the Queen of Swords, which means you're all about setting boundaries, letting people know what's up, and it's like now things that you want are coming through for you, and you are actually finding a sense of fulfillment, like even within your physical reality that maybe you hadn't been feeling before. It's like I'm seeing you also be in a place where you're like, I know that I can't acquire certain dreams that I want if I'm like cheating to get there. So there's a sense of like wanting to do things in the right way, wanting to do things in a correct way, because now like there's something that you're connected with. It's like before you had been banking on your connection like with the devil, which can mean like anything within your physical environment that like is never what it promises to be, but it can be like a way that we try to like ascend spiritually. So it's like ineffective ways that we try to reach the light, but we can call it like cheating, so to speak, because again it's like ineffective. It's like you are reaching for the light but doing it in ways that like you're not actually going to reach that. And I'm seeing there be like this realization of that. And because that choice has been made is what I'm hearing, it's like now you actually have a pathway to the High Priestess that you did not have before. And the High Priestess is a personification of like your intuition and your psychic abilities and stuff like that, your intuitive abilities, your knowing. And I'm seeing you to be like, I'm seeing something about being gifted intuitively, or you have something going on, some sort of connection with the High Priestess. I'm seeing this even be something that's like starting to manifest for some of you. But this is so you can like follow your dreams and the things that you want and the things that like actually bring you a sense of fulfillment. Because before, you could have... Ooh, I'm getting like a side note here. For some of you, you could have been like... When the devil comes out, this is about not moderating something that needs to be moderated. For some of you, you were doing something esoteric that was completely out of alignment. This feels like a specific message for someone. Like you could have been doing something with like any sort of... What is the word I'm looking for here? Any sort of divination improperly. And this is something that was also messing with you psychologically too. I'm getting something like very out of alignment, very ungrounded. Because it was being used improperly. So yeah, just be mindful of like how you are utilizing tarot readings and things like that, and make sure that it's in alignment for you. Because if not, it can be extremely ungrounding. And it can be, like, potentially damaging to you and or other people. That felt like a very specific message. Okay, moving onward. What I'm seeing now is that, like, you have a new beginning, and because you're setting boundaries with, like, yourself and with those around you, and, like, I'm seeing you just feel, like, more yourself and more confident and more within your energy. It's like now you have these things and you can have a sense of fulfillment that, like, maybe you hadn't been fully experiencing before. Or it was like things felt like they were just out of touch, and it's like now you're finally able to reach these things that you want. And it feels just like this new energy that you are in, where, like, you're just feeling things in a different way and in a more deep way than you had been feeling before. There's a sense of just, like, feeling a lot more in touch and connected and all of that. And, like, maybe even having a different emotional experience than you had before. Even stuff with, like, skills that you have now. So I'm looking at Neptune, Capricorn, the moon here. Alright, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.